Shalom Uvracha. Yetzias Mitzrayim, as we know, is the cornerstone of Emunas Yisrael, of our faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Ramban says that most mitzvahs of the Torah are directed to recall, to remind us of the episode of Yetzias Mitzrayim, of HaKadosh Baruch Hu taking us out of Mitzrayim, from the house of bondage to freedom. And the question is, why really should Yetzias Mitzrayim be such a covenantal event, such a central event in the annals of Klal Yisrael, of the Jewish people? At the end of the day, HaKadosh Baruch Hu was the one that actually put us in Mitzrayim in the first place. He promises Avraham Avinu, Yadei Teda, Ki ger yeh zaracha be'eretz lo lahem. You should know that your descendants will be exiled among a foreign nation, and they'll be slaves, and they'll suffer there, and ultimately I'll take them out. And the question is, what's the whole point of this procedure? Why does HaKadosh Baruch Hu put us into Mitzrayim only to ultimately take us out? And why is the coming out of Mitzrayim so significant if in the first place it was HaKadosh Baruch Hu who put us there? The answer to this question lies in the wording that the Torah uses when it describes Yetzias Mitzrayim. The Torah says in Dvarim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim, one nation from within another nation. Chazal say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu took us out of Mitzrayim like a farmer takes out the infant from its mother's womb, the animal that comes out, that's born from its mother's womb. The pasuk in Yechezkel says, Moldetayich b'yom huledes oisach. We were born out of Mitzrayim, and the pasuk there describes Klal Yisrael after it was born from Mitzrayim as an infant, as a babe, who is not clothed and not cleansed and doesn't have anything to eat. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu tends to all of our needs after we're born from Mitzrayim. Understanding Yetzias Mitzrayim as a birth also explains the need for Golus Mitzrayim, for the exile that preceded our redemption from Mitzrayim. Because there's no birth that doesn't need a period of pregnancy, a period of incubation, which is a tough time. That's the hardship. That's the hard time that we had in Mitzrayim, the exile that we needed to go through in order to ultimately be born from Mitzrayim. The pasuk says, Am zu yatzarti li, tilasi yisaperu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu creates this nation. He created Klal Yisrael for himself that we should tell his glory. Where was his glory revealed? In Yetzias Mitzrayim. How did he create us? He created us through Golus Mitzrayim and then through Yetzias Mitzrayim. We needed to go through Mitzrayim, through the house of bondage, through the center of Avodah Zarah, the world center of idolatry, of defilement, the place that you can't get worse, you can't get lower than how we were in Mitzrayim. We needed to go through that in order to complete the process and reach the stage of birth, where this emunah, the revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with its miracles, with the Shem Havaya Baruch Hu, was ultimately revealed. And that's what the Ramban said. The Ramban says that through realizing, through seeing the revealed miracles of Mitzrayim, we also understand that everything which happens to us is also a miracle, a hidden miracle, a miracle which is part of the divine supervision, the guidance of HaKadosh Baruch Hu upon us. And this is so true of Yetzias Mitzrayim itself, because through Yetzias Mitzrayim, through the miracle of birth, we understand the need for the pregnancy. Through seeing the miracles of taking us out of Mitzrayim, we understand why we needed to go through the entire process of being in Mitzrayim, of Golus Mitzrayim, in order to reach the revelation of Yetzias Mitzrayim. And this is a remarkable lesson. It's a crucial lesson for all of us, both individually and community, nationally, because all of us, the whole time, go through a whole set of processes, a whole set of events, a whole set of challenges, some of them hard, some of them pleasurable, some of them where we have to really meet a challenge that isn't easy to meet. And sometimes, when we finally reach where we need to get to, we look back and we say, wow, we would never have been able to reach where we are today without going through those stages of challenge, of hardship, of living up to something that isn't easy to live up to. But ultimately, when we reach the goal, we appreciate that we needed to go through that. And how important it is to remind ourselves that we're in a process, that true we're not perfect, that true we experience hardship, that true we face adversary and we face challenges, but that all of this is part of a process to get us through our taking the responsibility of living up to those challenges to where we ultimately need to get to. And if that's true on a personal level, then kal v'chomer on a national level. The Torah tells us, Ki meitzeischem me'eretz Mitzrayim, ar'enu niflois. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will show us wonders, just like when He took us out of Mitzrayim. And just like when we came out of Mitzrayim, the coming out was an event of a birth, and the birth needed a long pregnancy to precede it in order to ready us for that redemption, for that revelation. So the same is true of our ultimate redemption. We have to go through all of the annals of history, including their hardships and their beauty, in order to reach the final revelation, the final redemption that we continue to await, and which will come ultimately as a birth, just like Yetzias Mitzrayim was. Mi'et Hashem, we should really hold this emunah dear to our hearts. We should look back at Yetzias Mitzrayim, and we should learn that everything that we go through today is a product, is a part of the divine providence that brings us ultimately to where we need to get to.